Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Byproducts of Byproducts of Byproducts and Byproducts. I hope you're having a fantastic day, just like me. And yes, apparently you can get node stabilizers from a loot bag. I haven't even researched them. But what is the plan? Good question. We do have a few projects to do today, but first off, circuits. As usual, last episode we made the workstation so that we would be able to make the vacuum freezer. But eventually, if we want to go to the moon, we're going to need the mainframe. That is for some reason an IV circuit which is 2 ages from now, but we need 2 of them in order to make the NASA workbench. Also, some Nether stars. So here is the plan. I'm gathering all the material we need in order to make a ton of circuits. And the reason that I'm showing you this chest and that chest is that these ones are empty. I have to fill them in. However, this is the HP age and one of the items that we need in very large quantities is gold. Thankfully, we really don't have a shortage, we can just melt them inside an arc furnace and get tons of gold. Also, you might notice that in between the episodes, there has been a huge time gap. That is because I have gone mining, and a lot of mining. We even did manage to find electrotin vein in the Nether. It's not really a huge achievement, you can craft it. I have also been working on a relatively secret project in the Nether, which I will show you later on, but for that we need building blocks. And yes, excellent use of cutting machine. One thing that we did a few episodes ago is that we changed from this type of silicon to an upgraded version. And the thing that I did not pay attention to is that in order to cut it, you need an HV precision laser. So there you go. That should be a quest. Thank you. Last episode I also made a huge mistake. In order to make the mainframe, you're going to need a high voltage circuit assembler. And for a very stupid reason, I made 2 medium voltage ones. So I guess it is time to mend our mistakes. And make new mistakes. I made 2 more HV ones. This is the part where some of you are going to disagree with me. Yeah, efficiency is 100%. Good. Start cutting. There are 2 lines of making HV circuits. One is the advanced circuit from IC2 and the other one is the processor assembly from GregTech. The processor assembly is actually very useful for us because we can make the workstation with it as well as the mainframe. On the other hand, the advanced circuit is used in just making normal machines. The difference between them is night and day. The processor assembly, although cheaper, requires more rare material. The advanced circuit, on the other hand, not really. It can use any material that I have, and I have a lot of them. So I am going to try and make as many processor assemblies as I can, but I am also going to make as many advanced circuits as I can. These we are going to keep in order to make machines, and the processor assembly we're just going to use in order to make higher tier of circuits. The only problem is that there is one common object that I am always short on: diodes. Thankfully, there is an alternative recipe. If you use platinum wires and gallium arsenide, you get 1 stack of diodes. As a byproduct of processing nickel, we got some platinum, so let us take it all. And we can easily process it in the blast furnace and it's gonna give us nuggets. Also, gallium is easy to get, we just have processed sphalerite. Yes, we have 2. I have no idea why they decided to change all the recipes, apparently you have to get this. And voila, our first stack. So all of that being said, we have 1 stack of integrated processor, the second stack is also ready, and I'm also making some integrated logic circuits. We're out of something. Oh, random access memory chip, which is perfectly fine. I have been making a lot. That was not the one. Yes, integrated logic. Yeah, that was the one. So now one more thing that we need to do is that I have made some ferrite mixture dust. That inside our fancy blast furnace, together with some oxygen, is gonna give us nickel zinc ferrite ingots. We have to convert it into a ring. Thank you, thank you. Mix it with some fine annealed copper. You're the wrong one. Well, it's not going to make something that we don't need. We need everything. But that is going to give us almost the best yield on coils. Also, this time I have been a relatively wise person and I have been making some blue alloy rods. For the bolts. It takes hours. Also, this is why I have been purchasing a lot of iron 3. We haven't made anything. Every circuit that I have made, I just made it with the purchased items. But with the resources that we got, we have started making some more processor assemblies. I'm happy. You make millions of items, and then you need to make millions more items. This mod pack is literally a black hole. Anyways, not to bore you to death, we're making more workstations. Yeah, you see, we are already out. After gathering a bunch of resources, ladies and gentlemen, the mainframe. After 80 seconds. Fine by me. I love this room. Plenty of space. Finally. The mainframe. And the quest should be complete? Yes. Perfection. And by having the mainframe, the NASA workbench is also unlocked. We need 2 mainframes for that, this is why I'm making a few. Now that we have the workstations, let me do some building and I will bring you right back. Also, have I scanned you? No. I should have. Also for building, I have reverted back to the old recipe of Aegon, using glass. It's just that every time it's gonna give you a different color. So obviously my project in the Nether is a mob farm. There is a spider here who's glitching. Yeah, also I'm very sorry I have to talk over here because next to the mob farm is incredibly loud. This mob farm is actually very close to our portal. It's like, I don't know, 60 blocks away. And it's also covering a teeny tiny part of the Nether fortress. Thankfully, it's also very far away from the blaze spawners. Otherwise, working would have been impossible. And the best part is, it's under the mountain. But there are various reasons that I make this mob farm over here. One of them is obviously wither skulls. And the second one is the shards. These are shards from forbidden magic, they drop from nether mobs and well, if you put them inside the magic energy absorber, it gives you 720,000 EU. It's almost as good as set on boosted diesel. Mine is 28% efficiency. Also the rates are not the best, we only have 11 skulls, because there's no looting on the spikes and I don't really think we have beheading. It doesn't show you here. It's fine. I do need to work here a bit more, but we don't need to take the blocks, we just take our architect's workbench. After I get one more skull. And also, there is something called blaze flesh. It's a food. Just give me one more. The problem is that wither skeletons don't spawn that often. One did, and we didn't get it. Okay, before we go and fight the wither, there is one more thing that we need to do. We need to get more hearts. And in order to do that, we're going to assemble the infernal furnace. Like so. For some reason they gave us one stack of lava cells as a quest reward. We're gonna use one of them. Boom. Nice. We're going to later on assemble this guy at our Thaumcraft area, but for the moment, we just need some meat nuggets. Oh, there is a chance. Ew. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So I guess let us get more meat. During our experiences with the crops, we have plenty of more food. A lot. So let me try and eat all of them, and I'll be right back. Actually, instead of running, there is a much better way. Chumburger. It gives you hunger. Yep, and nausea. But hunger is good. Yay! We got one. I have eaten most of the food, and we have 9 purple hearts. These are left, but since we are going to fight the wither, there is one more thing that I want to do. If I make the diamond armor, it's gonna give us a jeweled apple. First off, it's a food. Secondly, it should give us a ton of buffs. How would you recycle it? Oh, you can't. Well, technically you can. Also, just out of curiosity, how would you get manulin? I can make a manulin sword. What happened? I don't know. We do have some ardite dust. We also need some cobalt dust. Oh, that's cobaltite. I was wondering why it's not working. I mean, seriously, it's the same color. That should be the quest for the armor. We take the jeweled apple. It's actually a pain to make. Otherwise, I would have made it. Oh, manulin takes 37 seconds. Awesome. I'm guessing extruding it is also going to take half an hour. So I'll be right back. Oh, that gave me an extra heart. The marshmallow. And look at all the buffs. It's fine, we have an extra marshmallow, don't you worry. Yeah, but I don't think with the apples we need it. It's fine. I have upgraded our sword and it's not that great. I have haste. We just went from 11 points of damage to 12.5. Also, you are free to call me a chicken, but we will do this underground. What just happened? Actually, let us kill everyone before the effect of the marshmallow goes away. Yeah, much better. 3 hits. That's it. Also, we should be able to dupe the nether stars. We didn't really need to have 3 of them. So we can also eat the apples. Whatever you want to say, I think that went surprisingly well. So, how do we dupe nether stars? That is a very good question. We need Silas Mundus, and we need Null Catalyst. How do we get Null Catalyst? Well, we just have to break down the nether star. Each 4 of them is going to be 1 stack, so we are just going to consume 1.5 stacks of Silas Mundus. Good. Oh, it's 45 seconds. I was wondering, I thought it's not working. Everything that you want to do takes a few minutes. It's like being AFK half the time. Also, we got 4 nether stars, so... what just happened? I really don't know. Why didn't I make an extra one? Technically speaking, if we have infinite amount of Silas Mundus, we can dupe nether stars as much as we want. The problem is balance shard. And yes, there's also a bee for it, but that bee is going to be a pain. We should be able to spawn this guy. He also drops gallium. But that is just a thought. For the moment, let us just get our nether stars. For the NASA workbench itself, we are going to need 6 nether star plates, correct? Because, you know, we need 3 robot arms. It's not very cheap. So I have converted 9 of them into blocks, we're gonna cut it, and I had to make extra ones just in case we want to dupe it. One of them we're going to convert into a lens, because I would be able to make a focus called warding. It will make any block that I ward totally unbreakable, even by the wither. Look at my hearts. I just lost, I don't know, 20 of them? The thing is, I went to get myself some coffee, and while it was brewing, I was AFK, and when I came back, I had warp. Unnatural hunger. Basically, I was just starving to death. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what the hell am I doing, I'm going to do exactly what I have told you. I'm making more circuits so that I can make different parts for the NASA Workbench. And yes, I'm actually going with the cheaper version of circuits. Or at least I think they're cheaper. The ones which require a different set of resources. Now comes the beautiful and totally not grindy part of making the NASA Workbench. In total, we're going to need 6 robot arms. I thought I have prepared everything, apparently not. We're missing wires. So yes, a few more motors, beautifully crafted conveyor modules, amazing looking advanced assembling machine Mark II, for some very weird reason, 2 hard walls, a few sensor lenses, and if I have not done any miscalculations, 3 multi-purpose robot arms. Should we scan you? Yep, and ladies and gentlemen, the NASA Workbench. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought it has been a few episodes since I have made the tunnel for going to our Thaumcraft base and I never worked on it, so I did work a bit, but only 4 chunks. This was pretty much expensive and unfortunately it has too much details. I think we need to do this for maybe another 4 chunks, and over here where we have the other tunnels, we just go very simple. Oh, there is a hole. Oh, I lit it up. But anyways, at least the train system kind of works. We do have our fluid loader, fuel loader, and we have the same setup near our Thaumcraft base. I also have a chunk loader just in case. And this thing should be, I was hoping, full of coal. No, but fear not, we have plenty of coal. I have been sifting. I have been thinking, so how the hell do we go to the moon? Yes, we do have the NASA Workbench, but we're missing a bunch of stuff. Ceton boosted diesel is the fuel that we need for the tier 1 rocket, and yes, we do have to craft it, but we got a few as a reward, so that should be enough for 4 round trips. If we run out, then we'll think about it. The other thing that we need is explosives. We either have to go with TNT or dynamite. Dynamite requires glycerol, TNT and industrial TNT require toluene, and we don't have access to either one. But what we do have access to is gunpowder. True, it's far less efficient, but one thing that you should remember is that we have a mob farm, and for one very weird reason, I used a big drawer for bones and gunpowder. And this is always full. I have actually emptied it once. We have 2300 gunpowder. Just in the system. Making wooden planks is also relatively easy. All we need is refined glue and pulp. It gives you 1 stack. Oops, no. It's making circuit boards. We don't want to do that. Yes, we want circuit number 2. Yeah, this one. It takes time, but it gives you 1 stack. So going to the moon is not going to be impossible. All we need is that we have to craft that stupid rocket. But we are not going to do that today, because we want to work on our Thaumcraft base. We are playing a mod pack, and yes, we have tons of warp. Don't you worry. As long as it's not teleporting me around, we're good. We are not going to work on the rocket today, we're going to work on our Thaumcraft base. And I have made a care package. Actually 2, because I ran out of space. And you might notice, yes, I made an extra inventory panel, and I just remembered a void stone. Yeah, some building blocks is not a very bad idea. We do this one by one? I think I can do that. Oh, we have to wait for you to gain steam. It's fine, as long as this is a steam locomotive, I don't really care. Wait a minute. If I have slowness, you also have slowness. Actually, one very important thing that I forgot to take with me is a coffin. Huh? It looks lovely. I don't think you have to be a vampire in order to use it. Coffin is not open, yes. No, you don't have to be a vampire. Nice. We should definitely take some of our shards, just in case. And now I go. At first I wanted to make the base out of arcane stone. The problem is that this thing is very expensive and we have to use it sparingly. I have tried this using great wood. I don't really like it, but maybe we can use a few blocks from Railcraft. These are infernal blocks, they look nice. I'm not really a fan of voidstone because it does miss the animation that we used to have in 1.12, but there are a few more blocks that I kind of like from Railcraft. One of them is the Nether block, and one of them is the bloodstained bricks. The problem is that in order to make them, we are going to need a bunch of raw material. All of them come from the Nether, and well, I hate the Nether. We need a teeny tiny bit of soul sand. Oh, I have blurred vision. Perfect timing. If possible, also some nether bricks. Good, I think we have a decent supply of resources, we can go home. Yeah, I would say I love this block. There was also one which we could have made with ender pearls, but I don't think it has been implemented in 1.7. But this is a mountain and we do have a few issues. You can't really dig a huge hole, because you know, this is where the mountain ends. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have multiple levels connected by stairs. And I think over here, it's a very ideal location to set up our inventory panel. So what I did is that I made a solar panel. This is very garbage. It makes like 10 RF per tick. And we have a garbage capacitor bank. The quest wanted us to make 4, I could only afford 1. I made a hole for the solar panel and I can't find it. That is perfectly fine, we do it on the other side. Yes, capacitor bank and the solar panel. We don't really need to have a solar panel over here, but the only reason that I'm using it is that we want to be able to operate a vat. Because even if you don't use an inventory panel, it's going to consume nutrient distillation. I have been working and there seems to be an Eldritch Guardian. Yes, hello! How have you been doing? You don't drop anything of importance. Shame. Anyways, I have been working a bit, we have our inventory panel, and yeah, I'm still working out the block palette. But just in case you didn't know, infused stone from Thaumcraft is a very beautiful block. These ones that you see over here. The problem is that in this mod pack, we get the GregTech alternative, which doesn't look great. So maybe what I will do is that I will go to the Twilight Forest, I will mine a few veins, and then we're going to switch them with these ones. And by switching I mean that I'm going to throw away the GregTech version and cheat in the Thaumcraft version. We are really not going to do that today because I have like 20 ignis, that's it. Oh, and one block here. One thing is that by the time we get this place up and running, I have to go back home like 200 million times. As usual, I have severely underestimated how many resources you need in order to make a base. The problem is that I have to go back and forth a lot because I need slabs, I need stairs, and well, you can't just craft them. Well, the stairs you can, the slabs you can't. But the whole reason that we have set up this base is that we want to be able to automate the alchemical furnace and in turn automate the arcane infusion. That guy over there. So obviously automating the alchemical furnace is not a very difficult thing, you just need a ton of essentia tubes. But we don't want to do that, we want to use golems. Because golems are fun. The golem that we want is called the alchemy golem. And yes, it does require 2 nether stars, so it's gonna be fun. We already have an extra nether star, but if we do have a skull, we can make it today. No skulls. I'll AFK, I guess. Last time that we killed the wither, we had so many buffs. This time we don't. Let's see how it goes. It's not going great, but not the worst. So let me gather a bunch of stuff and I'll be right back. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a bunch of material and we're going to start. I am telling you right off the bat that if something goes wrong, which there is a very high chance that something goes wrong, we can't really do this again. Because nether stars are a bit expensive and if it gets voided, we can't get another one very soon. But this recipe doesn't seem very unstable. Let's hope for the best. You know, work. You know, at first I thought maybe it's the wand. No, it's this stupid cell. This is IC2. If you put it in your crafting grid, it's still IC2 but the tag is different. You just have to convert it. Or at least that is the hope. I still have no idea if it's gonna work. It does. Nice. Please be stable. I tried my best. Yes, we are getting purple particles, that's not really good. I think we should be fine. Nothing should happen. At least not now. Yes. Perfection. Although this is not the golem that we want, we need to upgrade it. So this one was instability 4, this one is 7. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, the rest of the material are in, we should just check the essentials. We need 32, we have 46. The best source is copper, obviously. We have 45. Motus is 32, which is not good. Aqua is 49. We get more Motus. 38. We just go to 40. Let's hope that this one goes well. Start. I do have crystals and skulls underneath, so I guess with these ones on the top we should be fine. Honestly speaking, it's not that bad. Yes, yes, the essentials are in. Now you should consume the items. Anything fell? No, everything seems to be fine. Yes, we're gonna get it. Perfection. Thank you. It has been such a long time that I have been playing with this mechanic that I forgot a lot of things. But the way it works is that you're going to need a golem. It can be any golem. You give him the core, then you pick him up. You right click on the alchemical furnace, and you see he has a jar. And then what you have to do is that you just add more jars. We select the alchemical furnace and we just have to select one of the jars. Yeah. You don't have to right click on every single jar. If the jars are adjacent to each other, he will find it one day. He's not very smart. We should start getting upgrades for them. Also, I have a feeling he's not tall enough. Yeah. Okay, so maybe it has to be too tall. Yeah, it has to be too tall. But you see, he's doing his work. And yeah, the essentials are empty. Thank you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.